What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the brand new channel. Hi, my name is Daniel. I go by Grandmaster D-Ray, and today is the start of a good day. Today is the very first draft recap of Generation 8. This draft recap is going to be for the APA Classic, season number 15. So excited. The APA Classic season 15 is going to be full of big haymakers. I'm so excited. Week 1, we take on Panther. Spoilers. For those who know who Panther is, this is going to be a big week for us. So there's a lot of coaches in this league, a lot of big names. This is going to be on Pokemon Showdown. It's not going to be on the Switch. It's not going to be on Wi-Fi because we're still testing stuff out. We're going to see what's good in this metagame and what works, what doesn't, what mons are good on paper, and how they do when you actually play a game. So this is great for us to test stuff out. So background of the league. Lots of really good coaches. This format is going to be all point based, no tiers. So there's different tiers of points. So there's a tier of 200 points, a tier of 180 points, 160, 140, and you have to spend 1100 points, and you have to have 10 Pokemon. So that's basically the only requirements that you have to have. So you don't have to fill a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, all that jazz. So just on points. So as long as you can afford it, you can get it, which is pretty cool. If you play your cards right and if you do your math right, you can get a pretty broken team. So let's just hop right into it. I got kind of towards the end of the draft. I had the second to last pick, which is pretty good. A lot of really good mons are going to go really early, so I don't really get the opportunity to get those, like Dragapult. There's no way Dragapult's going to fall to me. Galarian Darmanitan, that's a big threat in the metagame right now. None of those I can expect to ever come this far down where I was. So when it got to me, big threat was there. I was very iffy on it because it's not a new Pokemon, although it's still good to have, and it also received a bunch of nerfs. The first Pokemon that I got was Aegislash. Aegislash was there. Aegislash is a great Pokemon, don't get me wrong. Last generation it was an Uber. That's how good it was. But this generation it received two really big nerfs. Number one, when it's in shield form, it used to get 150 base special defense and 150 base defense. In this generation, they nerfed it by 10 points, so it's 140. And in sword form, it still gets 140 attack, 140 speed F. That's really good. It's not as good as it was last generation, but it's a little bit mitigated. Also, it gets an exclusive move called King Shield. King Shield basically is protect, but if I get touched by a physical move while I use King Shield, then the attacker's attack power gets reduced by 2 stages. That's huge. This generation, it gets 1. Monkey? For those, sorry guys, I didn't introduce Roman's over there on my bed watching YouTube. He's watching Gorillas. Very educational stuff. You good, bud? Okay. So Aegislash, right? It did get close combat, so you don't have to run Sacred Sword. So that's a really good physical coverage move that you could get, among other things. But that's the 2 biggest things that stand out about Aegislash. So I got it because it's a big threat. Kind of wanted to get something new first overall, but I just couldn't pass it up at the time. The next mon that we got, because one guy went and snaked back to us, Fable. Fable was just too good to not pass. It was too good to not get. Fable gets unaware. In this generation, setup is a thing. Gyarados is all over the place. That thing dragon dances and it moxes up all over everybody's face, among other things. So Clefable gets unaware. Unaware basically ignores all stat changes, boosts, so that way when you can come in, it's not skyrocketed attack. So that, in my opinion, was incredibly necessary, as well as being a fairy type, a pure fairy type. Fairies are so good. And it helps me to get the second part of my fairy core. Sorry, my fantasy core. Dragon, fairy, steel. Got my steel, got my fairy. It also gets Magic Guard. Magic Guard's pretty good for my own setup. I ignore any statuses, toxic, burn, right? And I can start cosmic powering up, raise my defenses. I can calm mine up, do stored power shenanigans, hit people really hard with Moonblast. It gets Stealth Rock. This generation is not going to start out with Soft Boil. It only has Moonlight, unfortunately. So that I have to keep in mind, that I don't have access to Soft Boil this early in the generation. But besides that, Fable was just too good to not get. It went all the way to the front, came all the way back to me. The next mon that I got was Obstagoon. Obstagoon, aesthetically, was probably like one of my top favorite Pokemon. There's a lot of really good Pokemon that I like, right? There's Dragapult. Everybody loves Dragapult. Such a great design. Toxtricity, really good design Pokemon. And for me, is Obstagoon. I love this thing's design. I love the badger like edginess it has to it. I think it's really cool that they gave Linoone some love. So aesthetically, this is a really good Pokemon. Now, in regards to being competitive wise, on paper, this Mon looks so good. It gets really good abilities. It gets Guts, and it gets what was it? It gets Guts, and then also what was it? Guts and wow, why am I'm blanking? I'm just so excited to have it. I'm just blanking right now. Obstagoon. Guts is really the one that stood out to me. But you watching babies on YouTube? Yeah. All right, sorry guys. Reckless, Guts, and Defiant. Defiant is what I wanted. When you set up hazards, and they defog stuff away, and you lower stats. Do you need me to help you? Here, hand it to me. Hand it to me, baby. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, so the abilities that it gets is Guts, Guts, Reckless, and Defiant. So the two that stood out to me was Guts. Obviously, it gets huge wall breaking capabilities. If you give it with a Flame Orb, it ignores the burn status, and it actually boosts its attack by 50%. Defiant stood out as well. Aegislash does really well with Toxic Spikes. Aegislash does really well with hazards. If I can start to set up a bunch of hazards, I have Obstagoon as a threat to make my opponent double think or second guess themselves about using Defog. Defog removes hazards, but it also decreases evasiveness. So what Defiant does, basically when you decrease a stat, it increases its attack power by 2. So that's huge, right? It's a threat to not want people to remove my hazards aside from Rapid Spin. So it's a dark and normal type, so it covers Aegislash really well. Aegislash is weak to ghost type attacks, and it's also weak to dark type attacks, so I covered it in that department. It also, in reverse side, Obstagoon is 4 times super effectively affected by fighting types, which Aegislash is immune to, and Fable can sponge up. And also it is weak to fairy types, and obviously Aegislash can sponge that up. Also weak to bug, Aegislash can sponge that up. The only thing that's not covered there is the ground typing from Aegislash, but we'll address that later. But Obstagoon, as an aesthetically pleasing Mon, I love it. On paper, I love it. 93 base HP, 90 attack, 101 defense, 60 in special attack, doesn't really need it. 81 in Spadef, could be better. Just throw an Assault Vest on it. 95 base speed. That's pretty good speed tier in my opinion. It outspeeds a lot of stuff. So, Obstagoon, great Pokemon. Next Mon that we got, Serena. Serena is here, in my opinion, in this metagame, this early, Serena is one of the best Rapid Spinners. For 3 reasons. Number 1, Serena, rewind. Number 1, Rapid Spin actually got a buff. Rapid Spin has gone to 50 base power, and it also boosts your speed by 1. Serena is actually base 72 speed. Typically, Serena in the past used to get run a lot with Choice Scarf, and the main reason why is because it gets this ability called Queenly Majesty, and it basically does not allow your opponent to use priority moves while Serena is on the field. It's really good in doubles. It can also be good in singles, because if you're starting a steamroll and you have an attack that can beat your opponent, and they're expecting to use Sucker Punch or Shadow Sneak or any kind of priority moves, it can't because of Queenly Majesty. Serena gets really strong moves. It's a pure grass type that gets Power Whip. It's 120 base attack power, and then it gets boosted because of Stab. It also gets High Jump Kick, which is really strong. It also gets Play Rough, which is really strong. So this thing could be a threat if I get a Rapid Spin up, also to get rid of hazards. Because if I want a hazard stack, I don't necessarily always want a defog, because I don't want to get rid of hazards on my opponent's on my opponent's side of the field. So Rapid Spin is a little bit better, so I can get rid of my side, not their side. Serena, awesome Pokemon, very aesthetically pleasing. Next Pokemon that I got, was Pelipper. Pelipper is here to set the rain. At this point of the draft, this is round 5. Guys, round 5, Pelipper. I just couldn't pass it up. It fits really well with the mons that I have now. The only thing that would kind of mess it up was Moonlight on Fable, because if it's raining, then it actually gets less HP because it's raining, because of Moonlight. So I can work around that. It gets Wish, whatever. So I got Pelipper because Aegislash doesn't do really well with ground types. Very weak to it. Aegislash doesn't do really well with fire types. Pelipper sets up the rain as a water type. That says a lot. You okay? He's fine. So Pelipper is a threat that I just cannot pass up. This league, we're going to be doing post-home movesets, so I do get access to Defog with Pelipper. So that's something to keep in mind. Skull Shenanigans, 100% accurate Hurricanes, U-turn, pivoting. It's very bulky on the physical side. It gets Roost, so Pelipper just too good to pass up. Next mon on the team we got is Dreadnought. We got him on right away to abuse the rain. I really wanted Seismitoad. Seismitoad would have fit so much better because it covers Pelipper's electric type weakness. Dreadnought is a rock type and a water type, and is my second brand new generation Pokemon. So I still have that electric type weakness that I really need to patch up, but besides that, believe it or not, Dreadnought actually is 74 base speed, and what Swift Swim does, it actually doubles your speed stat, which makes Dreadnought a little bit faster than Mega Swampert was last generation, so I thought that was pretty cool. Really strong liquidations under rain. It gets Stone Edge, Rock Slide, it gets set up in Swords Dance. What's also different between Dreadnought and Mega Swampert is that Dreadnought can hold an item. So I can hold Life Orb, Choice Band, so a lot of really good shenanigans can come out of Dreadnought. So I'm very excited about that. I want a Seismitoad because it covers the electric type weakness, and they also gave it Power Whip this generation. So I really wanted to try that out, and also Water Absorb to be immune to water type attacks, because your opponent can very easily turn rain against you. So Seismitoad would have been great, but Ben got it. General Tar Heel, he's in the league too. General Tar Heel picked that up, so he sniped that from me. But his pick was so far in front of the draft that I wouldn't have been able to get it anyway. By the time I wanted to get Seismitoad, he was already gone when I had Pelipper. What's up, bud? Well, then give me the phone. So, Dreadnought, great Pokemon. Next one on the team we got is Manectric. Manectric is here to get my fast... What do you want to watch, bud? Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, guys. No? Okay. Do you want to watch this? Gorillas? Keep it educational, dude. Here. Here. There you go. Okay. Manectric. The reason I got Manectric is because I needed a fast option. It's 105 base speed, not very fast, but it's faster than what I've had, than what I have so far. It also gets it's also immune to electric type attacks. I think is the Lightning Rod? Its ability makes it immune to electric type attacks. I want to say it's Lightning Rod, not Volt Absorb. Manectric. Lightning Rod? Yes, Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod, so it makes it immune to electric type attacks, which helps cover Dreadnought and Pelipper. I have a resistance in Serena already, but I wanted to add on to that. So that's really, really good. 105 base speed, 105 base special attack. It gets fire coverage and overheat and flamethrower, and also I think it gets fire blast. But flamethrower is really the one that sticks out to me because I really don't want to lower my special attack. I don't think it's that great in my opinion. So yeah, also get some physical coverage like all the elemental fangs, Thunder Fang, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, Fire Fang, and Ice Fang and Crunch. So I thought that was pretty cool. It gets a pretty bad special attack stat, but it's something to think about. What's up, bud? You gonna show me the book? Let me talk to them, to the homies, and then we'll play, okay? Cool? Alright. So Manectric. Fast option to be able to absorb electric type attacks. So that's what we got Manectric. Round number 8, we got Coughing. Zebra. So Coughing, Baby Coughing, right, is here for 3 main reasons. Why did I get Baby Coughing? Baby Coughing is OP, guys. If you guys don't know about Baby Coughing, You're about to learn today. Hit the thumbs up button for baby coughing. For anything in this video on this team, please hit the thumbs up button for baby coughing, okay? Subscribe to the channel so you can watch the shenanigans I'm about to pull off with this boy. With Eviolite, coughing's defense stat is crazy. So coughing in general naturally gets 95 base defense. What Eviolite does, it increases that by 1.5 times. Let me just pull up a calculator just to kind of give you an idea what that means. What's up, bud? You are very distracting right now, my love. I love you so much, but you're being very distracting. Cat, right? Dad life, guys. Dad life. So, what's your favorite? Give me. We'll play in a little bit, okay? So 95 base. Okay, so we're back. 95 base special, 95 base defense, right? So if we multiply that by 1.5 times, that's 142 and a half. Just base, right? That's really, really good. It's a pure poison type. I would prefer to have it grounded, but it gets levitate, so it makes it immune to ground type attacks. So I really needed that right now. All I really have is Serena as a ground type resist, and Aegislash, Dreadnought, and Manectric do not appreciate ground type attacks. So I had to get an immunity. With Eviolite, this thing is crazy good. I get Pain Split for longevity to bring down my opponent's HP. Will-O-Wisp for status, Toxic Spikes and Spikes, so I get extra hazards for my strategy with Aegislash. And Clear Smog in case he decides he thinks that it can be setup fodder, so you can just throw a Clear Smog on there to reduce it. And if it's a fairy type, no, not fairy type, if it's a steel type that wants to set up on coughing, it also gets haze. It gets self-destruct, so as soon as I get in all my hazards, I can boom, get out, bring something else in for pivoting. It also gets Destiny Bond, so if it starts to set up and I let it happen, I can hit Destiny Bond and it's forced to make my opponent think whether or not he wants to knock out coughing. It also gets Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Fire Blast, Sledge Bomb, Gyro Ball if I want Gyro Ball. It gets Dark Pulse. This thing gets crazy coverage. Okay, it also gets Rain Dance itself. So if I don't have Pelipper anymore, I can still set up the ring with coughing. This mon is so good. Shout out to James at Team Rocket. Coughing's a legend. So, next mon on the team that we picked up was Behem. Behem was our very last tier Pokemon that we needed to get to fill up the gaps. And it's also a really, really great Pokemon. So right now, I'm running very niche of a strategy right now. Kids in the background. Sorry, guys. So, very niche sets, right? So, Behem is going to be doing two things for the team. Number one, it gives me a Psychic type. Helps me with my fire type problem, my fighting type problem that I have at the moment. This thing gets 125 base special attack. That's so good. Its 40 base speed is just fine because this thing gets access to Trick Room. It's very bulky on the Spadef side, very mediocre HP, 75 base HP, 95 base special defense. But with Trick Room up, if I throw this Quiet Nature plus special attack minus speed with Trick Room, this thing hits like a freaking truck. So if I in the right situations, right? So if because I don't have very good speed stats on this team, Trick Room is something that I thought at the time was going to be essential. So I can use my other slow threats like Aegislash and Fable and Dreadnought in a better way under Trick Room. So that's the main reason why we got Behem. The very last pick that we got was Whiscash. Young Money himself, Cash Money, Whiscash, is going to be on the team. This thing is so good. Water and ground typing is nothing to scoff at. Alright, so we're just going to pull this boy up real quick. This thing gets really good trapping capabilities, although it doesn't have very good attack power or special attack power. It gets Whirlpool and I think it's Sand Tomb. Sand Tomb was a trapping move? Sand Tomb? Let me confirm, guys. Sand Tomb. So, two different ways to trap your opponent. And why is that good, Grandmaster? Why is that so good? Because this mon gets this ability called Hydration. I have Rain, so what Hydration does, it cures itself of any status condition at the end of the turn, including self-inflicted sleep, aka rest. So this thing is super bulky. It gets 110 base HP, and on the defensive side it's 73, and the special defensive side it's 71, so that's pretty good. It reaches 424 HP at level 100, so that's really, really great. So its other abilities are kind of lackluster. It gets Oblivious and it gets Anticipation. Oblivious makes it immune to Intimidate. That's something to think about. But Hydration is typically where we're going to run. I can make this super bulky, right? I can throw out Whirlpools and start to wear out my opponent. Rest, get back to full. If the rain is up, it's going to wake it back up again. So that's super great. It gets Scald to throw off burns. It gets Earthquake. It doesn't get Stealth Rock, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's a ground type that doesn't get it. Quagsire don't get them either, so it is what it is. So that's Whiscash. And that's the team. But here's the thing. We made some adjustments at the end of the draft. Probably when I got Manectric. The moment I got Manectric, I saw 2 Pokemon that I wanted on the team that point-wise was attainable to get and also made more sense in my opinion. Uh-oh, you need help? Here, there you go. So, 2 transactions I made right after the last pick was done. Ben, General Tar Heel, had the first overall pick, so as soon as he picked, I submitted this. So I knew I wanted to do this right when I got Manectric. Bomb, guys. We drop Aegislash. Okay, so we drop Aegislash. We pick up Rolladon. You asking them how they are? You want to ask them? Say, how are you? Alright, bud. So I dropped Aegislash, guys. Big nuclear bomb, right? I know what you're thinking. It's Aegislash Daniel. That mon is so good. Yeah, it was nerfed. It's still really awesome. I agree with you 1000%. I cannot argue that Aegislash is OP. I can't argue that the nerfs don't really make much of a difference. I've worked with Aegislash often, so I've worked with Aegislash a lot. I know how to use the Pokemon, it's great. But it could be very passive in specific situations, but on the flip side of that, it could be very good to counter almost anything. But I don't have a dragon, guys. Reason number 2 of why I didn't do this is that I can cover my steel typing and also get a dragon. Rolladon is the first Pokemon besides Dialga that has the dragon steel typing. This thing is very bulky on the physical side, and it also hits like a freaking truck on the special side. It gets Dragon Pulse, it gets Draco Meteor, it gets Flash Cannon, and it also gets this brand new move. I'm honestly probably not going to be using it very often. Duraludon. It's a steel type move that actually does a lot of damage and recoil, which I'm not a very big fan of. I want to get the name for you guys. It's not on here. I know it's on Cerebi. I can't remember what it was called, but it's this really strong steel type move that also does recoil damage. In some situations, if I really have to get rid of a really bulky fairy type, I'll definitely use it. But this thing gets Thunderbolt, it gets Dark Pulse, it gets pretty good coverage. It gets good coverage on the physical side, not on the special side, which is unfortunate, but it gets enough to get by. It also has Stealth Rock. Throw an Assault Vest on this thing, it becomes super bulky. I can Wish Pass it with Clefable. With 2 Pokemon, I get my Fantasy Core. Fairy, Dragon, Steel are all inside of Duraludon and Clefable. So in my opinion, that is phenomenal. The second transaction that I made was we dropped Manectric. We dropped Manectric and we picked up Raichu. Raichu is just overall better, I think, in my opinion. It's stronger. Manectric is stronger than Raichu. Raichu's base special and physical attack is 90. Manectric is 105 special attack. But Raichu gets lots of coverage on the physical side and the special side. It gets Grass Knot, it gets Surf in this generation. It used to be just a special event move, but it does get Surf. Just in general, they both get Lightning Rod, which is really the number one reason why I wanted Manectric in the first place. But Raichu's faster. Raichu's 1 base 110 speed, and I need that to patch up some stuff. There's a lot of Pokemon that sit between 100 and 110, and if I can outspeed any of that in between, that's going to be phenomenal for us. So that's the main reason why this is here to be super fast. Maybe clean some games up, get some speed control. Excuse me. So we dropped Aegislash for Duraludon and we dropped Manectric for Raichu. 2 transactions right away, as soon as the draft was over. So this is the team, guys. Sorry, this is the team. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what a slobber knocker of a transaction that was to drop Aegislash. Currently, Aegislash sits as a free agent. No one's picked it up because it's so expensive. 200 points is a lot. You gotta remold your whole draft in order to get Aegislash. So because I dropped it, it's gone undrafted, or it's a free agent, right? But this is the team. It's looking very, very clean. I'm very rain dependent, but I love that. I love the fact that I have this rain idea, but at the same time, I can actually go away from it. I don't have to bring Pelipper every single week. There's other stuff that I can do. Every single Pokemon in this draft complements each other in some way. There's so much synergy going on here that I'm in love with it. A lot of the times, typically in Draft League, whenever you get towards the end of your draft, the last few points that you have, you kind of throw them away on really dumb Pokemon that don't really mix synergy-wise with the rest of your Pokemon. In my opinion, this team, I used every last point to the T, and I love it. So let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Please do me a big favor, guys. Like I said before in the beginning of the video, I need you guys to tell me how you feel. I need you guys to show me the love. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, hit that bell button, comment down below, tell me what you think. Did I do a bad job dropping Aegislash? I don't know, maybe I didn't, but I really wanted to try Rolladon. This mon is really cool looking. XYZ Dragon Cannon is going to be his name. Shout out to Kaiba. So, that's the team, guys. This is going to be the San Diego Snugglers for the APA Classic Season number 15. I'll say it again. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Comment down below. And with that, guys, that's the squad. I'm gonna get the heck up out of here. I'm gonna put this guy down to bed. I'm gonna put my baby girl down to bed. I'm gonna hang out with my wife. We're gonna chill out for a little bit and go to bed. I'm an old man. I'm very tired. So have a great rest of your night. I hope you guys had a great day. We'll see you guys later. But don't ever forget, guys, above all else, be nice. Peace.